Ever wondered why Muslims eat halal meat? It's not just about food, it's the essence of a lifestyle deeply rooted in Islamic culture. The concept of halal, which translates to permissible, encompasses much more than what meets the eye. Today, we'll explore this intriguing subject from two perspectives: the religious beliefs that govern the consumption of halal meat and the scientific reasons that underscore its significance. So, why don't we delve a little deeper into these aspects? First, let's explore the religious beliefs that guide the consumption of halal meat. In the Islamic tradition, a unique method of animal slaughter known as dhabiha or zabiha is followed. This process is not just about preparing meat, it's considered an act of worship. The name of Allah, the Almighty, is invoked before the slaughter, signifying gratitude and respect for the life being taken. A sharp knife is used to swiftly cut the animal's throat, windpipe, and the blood vessels in the neck, allowing the blood to drain out. This method is seen as a humane way of slaughter, minimizing the animal's suffering. Religious dietary laws also prohibit the consumption of certain animals, such as pork, and any meat that has not been slaughtered according to Islamic guidelines. The Quran, Islam's holy book, explicitly mentions the permissibility of consuming the meat of certain animals. As part of their faith, Muslims are expected to follow these dietary restrictions. Beyond the physical act of preparing and consuming food, Muslims believe that eating halal also contributes to spiritual purity. It's not just about what's on the plate, it's about adherence to God's commandments. Consuming halal food is seen as a way to maintain a close connection with the divine, to live a righteous life, and to strive for spiritual purity. But it's not all about religious beliefs. The concept of halal extends beyond the scope of religion and into the realm of science. The methods used in halal slaughter aim to ensure not just the animal's welfare, but also the cleanliness and safety of the meat. The halal certification process also provides rigorous inspection and monitoring of the entire food production chain, enhancing traceability and transparency. And finally, some argue that the halal method of slaughter may result in better meat quality. The stress-free environment and quick bleeding process are believed to lead to more tender and flavorful meat. Religious beliefs certainly play a significant role. But did you know there are also scientific reasons behind the consumption of halal meat? Now, let's dive into the scientific reasons that support the consumption of halal meat. Firstly, let's talk about hygiene and safety. The halal method of slaughter, or dhabiha, is designed to minimize the animal's suffering and ensure a quick and humane death. The process involves a clean, swift incision to the animal's throat, windpipe, and blood vessels in the neck, allowing the blood to drain out. This draining of blood is thought to remove impurities and bacteria, potentially enhancing the safety and hygiene of the meat. So you see, in addition to being a religious practice, it also aligns with modern food safety standards. Next, we have traceability and transparency. Halal certification processes are often rigorous, involving inspection and monitoring of the entire food production chain, from the farm to the consumer. This level of scrutiny can enhance traceability and transparency, providing assurance to Muslims and non-Muslims alike that the meat they consume aligns with halal standards. It's like having a seal of approval from the moment the animal is raised, right up to when it lands on your plate. Finally, let's look at the quality of meat. Some argue that the halal method of slaughter may result in better meat quality. The stress-free environment and quick bleeding process are believed by some to lead to more tender and flavorful meat. It's thought that the absence of stress hormones, which can toughen the meat, and the complete drainage of blood, which can alter the taste, may result in a superior product. However, it's important to remember that views on halal meat can vary among Muslims, and not all Muslims strictly adhere to halal dietary practices. Additionally, the scientific aspects mentioned may have varying degrees of support within the scientific community. As you can see, the choice to consume halal meat is not just a religious decision, but can also be a matter of personal preference based on scientific reasoning. So, we've explored both the religious beliefs and scientific reasons behind the consumption of halal meat. From the meticulous method of slaughter known as dhabiha, to the spiritual purity it brings and its potential for hygiene, safety, and quality, halal meat holds a significant place in Muslim dietary practices. It's paramount to respect these cultural practices and individual choices. Whether it's a religious obligation, a scientific preference, or both, the choice to consume halal meat is deeply personal and varies among Muslims around the world.